Welcome to another episode of Uncensored Daily Radar, where your fellow foiled friend scans the entire globe for what may or may not be artificial and nefarious activity. We go through satellite radar, as well as the Zippity Zip Zap radar, aka NEXRAD, to better understand atmospheric and environmental conditions in full context. Before we get started, there are a few things that you should know. Number one, I repeat, I am not a meteorologist, but I am a tinfoil hat-wearing conspiracy theorist, which obviously makes me far more qualified to analyze atmospheric conditions. Number two, videos are fairly short, but feel free to skip ahead to any section you're most interested in. And lastly, if you'd like to see these daily radar videos, please consider becoming a paid subscriber. Otherwise, this video is about to reach a paywall, and we'll pause right now. Now. Okay. All right, let's get started. Good evening. It is December 27th, about 8:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Let's get started. Okay. Guys, I have spent probably the last 3 hours compiling an alternative view of the satellite footage that I normally go through because, how do we get there? Where are we? This is not it. Hold on a second. Because this guy is still not up and running. In fact, I cannot believe this even showed up. Most of the time, it doesn't even show me this. Yes, it's been quite the issue ever since the evening on Christmas Day. Oftentimes, when I try to go to the website or pull up the satellite at all in any way, shape, or form, it will show me an error message. The error message is oftentimes different. It's a problem. And because it's down, that made me really want to see what's going on. So, if you can see up here, how do I get this thing down? Look at all these tabs. I pulled up every location individually. And I found a couple alternative resources. Australia, I'm still working on. I can get a decent view of it, but not like I normally can. Yeah, they're making it hard, guys. But we got it. Oh yes, and for those of you who don't know that I have an Instagram account, or maybe never saw the video, I had done a video about fitting in on the holidays in 7 steps. Step number 1, Christmas attire, and I did this whole thing, but it's a tinfoil hat. I painted it red, and I glued cotton balls to the surround of the hat and the little ball on top. Yes, I don't recommend using aluminum. In fact, they sell stainless steel foil. I should order it. Of course, it's not going to have any blocking capabilities, but aluminum does too. But you don't want to wear an aluminum hat because you can absolutely magnify the issue inside of the head. Because aluminum can block it, but imagine like if my cell phone were on next to me, that radiation's kind of coming in and then it can't escape up and it's just like ding 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 ding. Probably not a good thing. So I just wanted to wear this for the introduction. Ooh, my hair. Sometimes you just have a good hair day and you're just like, anyway, all right, I'm distracted. Let's see what's going down. Yeah. Ow. And remember, every single glow you see here is a NEXRAD radar station. The official statement is that it's just simply Doppler radar helping us track weather systems and give us forecasts, things like that. The conspiracy theory is that these towers are equipped with technology to allow us to manipulate the weather in various ways. One of those ways being that it can microwave certain areas of the atmosphere to the point of creating high levels of heat, which can cause heat waves, excessive drought. Of course, you can also, by creating massive temperature swings, you can create severe winds. And also, by creating a heated area like that, you can create a high pressure zone. High pressure zones deter low pressure systems, aka storms. So if a storm is traveling, like let's say it would have normally gone like here, well, you can put a bunch of high pressure zones up here, or like a big high pressure zone here, and it would have gone up, but instead it's gonna do this. And then you could even put a high pressure zone here, and then it would be encouraged to do that. You could also surround it. Theoretically, this is all theoretical, conspiratorially theoretical. Lots of trails going through there, obviously. Got the static zip zappery going on here. Hey, if you have night shift turned on or any kind of filter that's blocking blue light, turn it off. All right, I just turned mine off. Yeah, you can see a whole lot more. Yeah, this exact area has been glowing nonstop. I thought it was correlating with fog. However, the fog at the time that this was zip-zapping last night was actually to the east. Looks like we got trails going on through there. And you know what? I will pull this up. This is from Christmas Day onward, skipping frames. But just look at this area. It's the exact same area. It kind of, you know. During the night. And same with Florida. Ooh, dude. Look at Florida last night. Ooh. Is that last night? Hold on, let's let it play. Was it just for a moment? Yeah, I guess so. Did they have the fog? If I could turn back time. I need to make that my mission. To find, you know, I'm a premium subscriber to Windy, and I can only go back like half a day on the fog map. It's ridiculous. I know they store the data. What's the point? What's the point? All right. And what was this? Some towers are not transmitting to the server, so they'll flicker in and out. We'll zoom in, see what we can find. I'll pay attention to central US at the end. I'm going to do west and then east. This area's been glowing nonstop, pretty much. Nothing to do with bird migration either. Also, notice when a server goes offline, even to some extent, it looks like areas of precipitation just aren't there. It's like a dead zone. Which we have had that here. Again, I'm still thinking it might have something to do with the mountain range, but we do see clouds going over, but it must be maybe really tall clouds. Possibly the ones that can be seen. But in the past we used to see them all. Noticing this end of the year, but maybe it has something to do with, you know, the temperature change. In the wintertime, maybe the clouds are at different altitudes from how they were the first half of the year. That tower has been out. This is the only area in the country that zip-zaps away nonstop 24/7, 365. It's not abnormal looking. It was abnormal looking just before all that crazy rain and those severe winds hit. Those tornado warnings came through. Yep, that's literally what I said would happen based off of previous patterns, off of that wind radar. Flame-like looking radar. That's what I call it. You gotta look at these eastern states. Illinois tower is glowing. If I could turn back time, if I could find a way. Yeah, look at southern Florida, and it gets really bad there. Ooh, that must have been sunrise. You know how I know that, guys? Remember? You know. I'll let it play. You tell me how I know it's sunrise. Because we see that's right, the radial pulses emanating from something other than an X-rad tower. I do believe those are emanating from cell towers or water towers. I'm thinking cell towers. Don't know for sure yet, but they are, you can, the really green glowy ones, those are easy to see that radial pulse, but there are thousands of them, and I do believe it's happening everywhere. It's just only visible in certain areas. At night, the towers are more sensitive. You can see them doing more. And it could also be compounded by the fact that maybe they're doing more actually at night. Hello, Central States. How be thou? Besides the excessive glistening that we are seeing. All this glistening stardust, night sky radar. It is intense. This time it looks like something's moving upwards. Looks like there's trails mixed in here. Texas also has that glistening radar. Looks like we got a dead zone right here. Only some of the clouds are passing. Could be a ridge, mountain, really big mountain ridge. Like we see over in Washington. Yeah, we've got one right there. It's possible the tower that's on this side is unable to really see any cloud cover that's below the height of this. Sort of like what could possibly be happening over here. All right, let's check out all the weather warnings. We've got fog in southeastern Alabama, fog in southeastern Louisiana. Along the Gulf Coast, we've got some gale winds. The Florida coast on the eastern side continues to have rip current statements. Oh, here come the hiccups. It's tradition. It's the only time of the day. If I ever get, gosh, it's like I could go weeks without it if I didn't do. Anyway, Maryland, special weather statement, freezing drizzle, be wary of black ice, slick spots on the road. West Virginia, severe high wind watch. New Jersey, along the eastern coastline, you guys have the gale wind watch. New York, Vermont, New Hampshire, Massachusetts, Connecticut, that whole area. You've got a moderate winter weather advisory. Northern New York has a severe winter storm watch in addition. And Western New York, you guys have a severe high wind watch, a severe flood watch, and a moderate lakeshore flood watch. Wow, this whole area is a big fat mess. Look at all that. Around the Great Lakes, you continue to have those gale watches, severe storm warnings. Northwestern Ohio, you guys have that moderate wind advisory, and that wind advisory is also seen throughout Indiana, Illinois, Southern Wisconsin, Iowa, Missouri, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, northern Texas, South Dakota, North Dakota, Montana, eastern Oregon. Oh, no, this one's different. This is not air stagnation, right? Why are they doing that? I'm so sorry. So that... So the moderate wind advisory is also taking the same icon as a... Okay, so the wind advisory is going through North Dakota and all that. Okay, so special weather statement. Snow, gusty winds. Okay, so you do have the wind warning in South Dakota. So I guess Montana, that icon changes over to a moderate cold weather advisory. And we'll get over to the air stagnation, but let's complete this area, man. All these states here, you guys have a mix of a bunch of things, so you got to probably pay attention and keep up. In Minnesota Center, you have extreme blizzard warning, dense fog advisories. You guys have severe winter storm watches. North Dakota, yeah, you guys also have the fog. South Dakota has the fog. Iowa has the fog. Be wary of the fog. Be very, very wary of the fog. Extreme blizzard warning over in northern. Actually, wait. Yeah, that's confusing. Yeah, northern Wisconsin. Extreme blizzard warning. My gosh, there's so many mixed warnings everywhere. Colorado, you guys have the moderate winter weather advisory in addition to the severe winter storm warning. Yeah, Utah's got the moderate winter weather advisory. I believe we already mentioned that. So air stagnation. This is the exact area we had those air stagnation advisories before. We have had air stagnation going on in California for months. Finally, it seemed to let up on Christmas when the AQI finally began to improve. Yeah, finally we have some movement here in this area, but the air is staying pretty still over here. I don't understand why these areas have the air stagnation warning, because anytime I've ever seen them, the air is moving pretty well on satellite. I don't get it. They even have some pretty decent gusts. Maybe they're making like a prediction. Oh, I see. Sunday, 6 p.m. All right, we'll have to check back tomorrow. So Las Vegas has had a lot of interesting warnings. Yesterday I mentioned a few. Moderate winter weather advisory continues. Central California, you guys have that cold weather advisory. Around LA, you still have that severe high wind watch. Thankfully, it's no longer a warning. All right, so this is that extreme blizzard. Interesting, right? And Canada, I checked on this one. It has a fire icon, but it's not a fire. It's a civil emergency. An extremely dangerous man, Curtis Halliday, has multiple firearms and has already shot at multiple individuals near Grande Prairie. Curtis is 6'3", Caucasian with brown eyes and brown hair. He is on the run in a black 2022 Ford F-350. Nice. License plate. Curtis was last known. Yeah, I noticed they put those in the weather warnings. Canada. They just throw those in there. I suppose if he's fired a weapon. Fire? Wildfire? Man, I'm so funny. Hope everyone's okay, though. Saudi Arabia's got some thick fog. Thick! And raised dust. Other countries are interesting how they... Raised dust, active winds. Thick fog, raised dust, and what is this other one? Light rain in the severe section. Well, there's a lot of random big ones here. Over in Oh, other dangers. Huh. Last time we did other dangers for Russia, it said, is this Russia? Where am I? Yes. I think so. Looks like Russian. So last time we checked, it was just rain. I guess it's going to be a lot of rain. Coastal event flood. Okay, and then up here, extreme wind warning. North of Poland's northern coast. Wow, there's a lot of extreme warnings. Extreme wave height warning between Sweden and Finland. I don't know if those are the accents. Severe wind warning for sea areas. Wind warning for sea areas. 7 meters. Once again. What are meters? Meters aren't real, okay? Meters aren't real. China's still dealing with those forest fires. All right, I translated it from not real to real, and it is about 23 feet, 23-foot waves. That is intense. Look at this in Taiwan. We got a little warning here. What is this? One little area? Extreme road closure. You are not allowed. Near an earthquake. Maybe like a bridge collapsed or something. Maybe that's why it's extremely closed. Interesting. Dark humor, but like a bridge collapses, it's completely destroyed. You look at it, you're like, man, that's really closed. Yeah, that's definitely going to be closed for a while. That's an extreme closure right there. This is Grant. Grant is just the most well-behaved tropical system I think I've ever seen. It's got its direction, and it's moving along. It's moving along. It's like, I don't get distracted. This is my goal. Yep. For days now, Grant's been chugging along. Even with the difference in wind here, it's still keeping a fairly straight line. Seriously, by far the most well-behaved system I have ever seen. Every other one in this area has been like, no, just kidding. And it's because of the dust that we haven't had any tropical systems really this year. Again, I say this every time. I know you guys are probably the ones who have been here forever. But whenever this backs off, we seem to get a storm. This is backing off a little bit. Not enough, I don't believe, unless something forms right here. It is winter. We are outside the season. But does that really mean anything anymore? No. Not to me. California looking good. Looking good. Finally, right? I mean, oh my gosh. You guys had like 2 months of don't go outside. We'll have lung issues. No campfires. Pollution is toxic. I mean, terrible, terrible, terrible air quality there. And all of a sudden it just let up. This one little spot down here isn't too good. Most of that's in Mexico. Ooh, Alabama, northern Alabama. Not the best AQI. I'm just going to move this little majigger around. Must have some forest fires up there. Are these active? Most of these say under control. And they haven't been reported for a while. I do wonder, what does the fur thing say? Firms. Yeah, there are some active heat signatures at least. This is all that Saharan dust. This is just a lot of industrial mistakes. Like that over here too. Yeah, it could also be dust. I'm being a little unfair. I'm still mad at India, guys. I'm still mad at them for all their fraudulent superfoods and clothing exports. They do not care. And why is it that every time I go to customer service, just tell me your real name? Is that why do I have to get lied to every time? All right, we got a low pressure system right here, high pressure system around here. My best friend growing up, her name was Priya. She was from India. She was super cool. Her family was very nice. They brought me from India, like one of their traditional outfits and a bindi. I think the clothes are absolutely beautiful. I think they're so pretty. Smoke, smoke, smoke. Okay, this could have possibly been what was going on in Florida last night, because the smoke comes down to ground level at night. Could have been causing those towers to behave that way. Earthquakes! Quite the cluster over here, but not in an abnormal area. .6 in Buenos Aires. 6.6 over in Taiwan. That was where that extreme road closure was. 5.1 in the Izu Islands in Japan. I remember saying, what was it, 4 or 5 days ago, that there were a lot of 5.0 earthquakes around that time. Ooh, the Drake Passage. Yep. Oh, you. Still down. So, there has been a time, here we'll try it. I'm just going to click another satellite. Let's see if it pops up. I've done this before and it popped up. But if you try to use it at all, it would go away. And then if you try to reload it, it wouldn't. Let's just see if we can get it. Let's just see. I'll let you watch. Wow. Man, I guess when you're thirsty, you know how when you're thirsty, water just tastes like the greatest thing on earth. That's how you know if you're dehydrated, which, when I think about it, man, I really should have had more water today. It's not loading. In fact, the whole thing's probably frozen. Yeah, I can't even do anything anymore. Oh, wait. What's happening? It's a glitch monster. Oh, and supposedly there are birds there now. What about last night? Where were the birds? Okay, so there were birds down here last night. Not over here though, where all that zippity zip sappery was going on. So the birds were here while there are fires. Oh, oh yes, because what? What? Look at that. Okay, I understand that, as the sun is rising, they're going to fly. But it looks like they're flying north. Except for over here. You've been hearing that a lot, actually, that birds have been flying in the wrong direction. Little one fire on this, on the big island. I'm just curious to see where it is. Sit in someone's backyard. Oh, wait, is that a volcano? Huh. They having another eruption? Okay. So that is the top of their volcano. Well, one of them. I just haven't seen like a dot here before. That's why I zoomed in. So there's a high heat signature there. Is that normal? Let's just make sure. Okay. So Hawaii's volcano erupts ahead of Christmas. It's been erupting for a whole year with 1,400 foot high lava. Okay. Yeah, I guess I haven't really noticed that little dot on Hawaii, but yeah, this guy apparently has been going on and off all year. To be fair, I only started watching that particular map. Where are we going on now? Maybe 6 weeks? 6 weeks looking at that particular map. Maybe a little longer, maybe 8 weeks. Anyway, here's a little video. And the guy speaking, I just think he's amazing. He looks like he does this when he talks. You know what I mean?
Absolutely spectacular and a perfect present for volcano watchers as this occurred on Christmas Eve.
He's great.
What you are looking at are a series of towering lava fountains which harmlessly erupted away from any structures at Hawaii's Kilauea volcano through the night and early morning of December 23rd and 24th. 2 vents erupted, with the south vent reaching a whopping 1,400 feet into the sky, while the north vent ejected molten rock to heights of just under 1,000 feet. That means that lava ejected from the south vent was initially thrown upwards at speeds of 204 miles per hour, being propelled upwards by the rapid expansion of gas within the molten rock as it got close to the surface. Ignoring air resistance, ejected lava fragments would take a full 18.6 seconds to reach the ground. And while the actual eruptive rate during these tallest...
It's very informative. Oh, wait. Whoa. Guys, I'm seeing something. No, this is not useful. Let me see if it will let me pull up what I want. What I want. It. Sail away, sail away, sail away. Sail away, sail away, sail away. Bringing it peaceful vibes. Hopefully it'll respond. All right, I'll check on it later. What was I doing? Oh, yes. Your eruption heat signature. You know, in fact, there are a lot of those little squares there. If there was one, I probably wouldn't have seen it. Maybe it's, yeah, it said it went ahead of Christmas. Maybe that's why it's visible enough for me to actually see it like that. got next? Oh, yes, all of this. But first, news. I had to get up for a second. I forgot where I left off. Obviously, it was probably around here. Yeah, it's still not loading. Still not loading. Oh, yeah, I was pulling up news. All right, the normies. The normie news. Oh, my gosh, I love that name. The normie news. That's what I'm calling it. Normie news segment. Next major storm system threatens Midwest with high winds, snow, and rain before sweeping into the Northeast.
Alrighty, let's talk about this. More images to show you as this winter storm charged across the Northeast. Snow beginning to fall before sunset yesterday in chilly New York. Now, that's the Monroe County, just southwest of Rochester. Cloudy skies this afternoon, highs in the mid-20s. Could get over an inch of rain there tomorrow night. The next chance for snow will be Monday afternoon into Monday night. That's right. We have another system that's going to be rocking and rolling throughout the Northeast. So let's take a look at what's ahead for the rest of this weekend. So again, we got some snow today for the Northeast. We get a nice little break, maybe a couple of those flurries like we saw there with Robert Ray. But by the time we get into tomorrow afternoon, that's when that next system rolls on in. Now, I want to point out one thing specifically because it's this low pressure system.
Side note, she's definitely got a Felicity vibe. You know what I'm talking about? Remember that show? Felicity vibe.
Going to stay well to the north. Why this matters is it's going to allow for a lot more of that warmer air to push in from the south. And that's going to make that precipitation type, well, mostly rain. Maybe more of a wintry mix for areas farther northeast, like up into New England and those much higher terrain into the northeast. But of course, behind this front that's along this low pressure system is that much cooler air. So let's break this down for you. What we have going on, this is going to be on your Sunday night, afternoon into the Midwest is when you get hit by it first. So areas in Illinois, Indiana, as well as northern parts of Ohio and, of course, Michigan, getting in on the rain event first throughout the evening. Then it starts, that energy continues to move more towards the northeast. So it's going to be a little bit overnight and into our Monday morning, where a lot of folks who just saw snow today will end up seeing some pretty heavy rounds of rain moving overnight and into Monday morning. Now, once that front moves through, we have this nice pocket of cold air that's going to be rushing through, and that's going to be bringing in some more of that lake effect. So we could see some lake effect snow in Michigan, Ohio, upstate New York, and Pennsylvania, getting in on the action there. So a couple inches of snow will still be possible behind the original our original energy system of mostly rain. So you'll notice this, starting off with mostly rain for pretty much everybody. And then that lake effect snow takes hold Monday and into Tuesday for upstate New York and Pennsylvania, parts of Ohio, and of course into Michigan. But when we kind of have these different temperature gradients in our atmosphere, that's when we could see a little bit of a wintry mix, maybe some sleet. And of course, my least favorite thing, freezing rain. This is when we have that rain that falls, or we have snow basically coming through, and then we hits a nice warm pocket of air in the atmosphere, melts back down to rain, and then it hits a very cold pocket right at the surface, and it refreezes on impact on those roads, on sidewalks, and that's where we could have that ice potential for a lot of folks. So it's still going to be possible, probably a little bit farther into the northeast. So areas in Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, be on high alert if you are going to be on those roadways for the next few days. Now, looking into these winter weather alerts, these are going to be from Sunday and into your Monday. This includes parts of Michigan, Wisconsin, Minneapolis, or Minnesota, with that winter storm watch. Minneapolis is included in that though, but also we do have those winter weather advisories highlighted in blue as well. So that's going to be for Sunday night and into your Monday up towards the Midwest. Keeping that in mind as we move about the next couple of days, that front is going to move through, cooling us way down into those low 20s as well. So temperatures will get nice and chilly Tuesday and into your Wednesday. And a reminder to our viewers, if you've got a weather photo or a video to share, simply scan the QR code right there on your screen to the Share It tab.
Ooh, we should all just send a bunch of chemtrail pictures. That'd be
up on the page.
That'd be lovely. And all right, yeah, this was from Christmas Eve. So the volcano spews 1,400 feet of lava into the air. All right. This article is interesting. The fog was so bad in Texas that we've had a plane crash. Unfortunately, 6 were killed. You got to wonder, though, was it the fog? Because fog shouldn't play a role in that. I mean, these planes can fly. These planes can pretty much land themselves at this point. I mean, yeah, of course you have to have like an advanced one, but visibility shouldn't be... I'm not a pilot, but I do believe visibility isn't all that necessary, if that sounds crazy. I mean, these pilots can essentially fly blind as long as they have all their electronics functioning. So you gotta wonder... I guess when you're landing... I don't know. Just seems weird. People were asked to avoid the area. It's unknown if the crash was caused by foggy okay, so it's unknown if the crash was caused by foggy conditions. I'd be curious to know if there was anything going on with their electronics, considering the weird things we were seeing on NextRad in the area at the time. All right, this is where things get interesting. So I preloaded so many tabs with sections to show you. So right now, while that NOAA slider is down, and the whole website's down, I won't be able to like scroll around like I normally do and zoom in and really see high resolution images. Only half of the planet here is actually useful. So I'm gonna, yeah, see okay, this area would be, my goal is to get rid of this green layer, like all that stuff, because I can't see trails with that. But then I can't see Australia. But yeah, the whole thing gets weird when I turn off that one. But this one blocks all the trails. Ugh. It was working before. All right, well, let's see what we can see over Australia. But really, though, I've actually turned on and off the filter on another, on the NOAA slider. And it's like you can see all the trails really well. But then when you use this other dust layer, it all like disappears. Very hard to see through it. Some of them will appear. I do have a view of this area. Let's just go to that. All right. So this is the general view. Looks a lot like the NOAA slider, doesn't it? Difference is when you zoom in. It's really, really bad quality. That's why I downloaded zoom-ins for every area on the GOES satellites, which is going to cover Canada, US, down to South America, including the oceans on either side, but it will not show me the zoom-ins for Europe. That's going to be from another satellite. That ticking sound. Yep, definitely got trails out there. Definitely got trails over here. Definitely have trails moving on through here. We got a better view of that though. I'm just getting a generality. Wow, every single frame that I'm looking at is causing the computer to like make a little tick sound. That's weird. And this is the other satellite. Yep, so we'll definitely see some trails in here when we zoom in. Definitely trails over here. Going over. See, I don't like that you can't see the timestamp as well. Timestamp's up here. Okay, now here's what I will say. When there's higher particulates in the atmosphere and a plane is flying through it, it is more likely to leave a persistent contrail because there's particulate for that moisture to cling on to. So near a volcanic eruption, you would expect to see pretty intense contrails. So it's hard to say, are these chemtrails or are these contrails? I don't know. You really can't tell the difference at this point because this area you would expect to see that. All right, and we'll get the zoom ins here. Oh yeah, this is my last zoom out just from this view. Ooh, there's a lot of trails going on down here. Moving through here. All right, these are Starting my zoom ins. So this is going, I'll show you the full timestamp. All right. So trails moving through here, trails moving through here. Definitely showing up. Yeah, you can see them coming in. Definitely trails moving up through Mexico. We'll get that view soon. But man, California, this is, it's funny, right when they stopped getting trails, their AQI was improving dramatically. Except for down here where the trails still were. This is the same time frame. Looks like they're in there. Can I pause this thing? Okay, yeah, definitely see trails mixed in here. And the color indicates altitude, black being the highest. And yeah, black, red, green, yellow, blue, purple, and then pink and purple. Those are like, that's like, purple would be more like fog. The pink is dust. It's its own category. Play. What? Whoa. Looks like there's trails mixed in there. Oh, definitely some trails moving in through Texas, all through here. Coming up through northern Mexico. Lots of fresh ones being laid over Kentucky and Illinois. Actually, this entire central area. The storm, right, that's headed in. That's going to cause all that stuff that woman was talking about, the Felicity character. The freezing rain. So yeah, that whole system's filled with very high altitude trails. See them over here? Like, how do you play this? Do you just... Can I slow it down? Through here. Whoa, look at all this moving in through Louisiana. Louisiana, up here. Oh, look at all these. My gosh, look at all these. All through here. Look at that. This whole area is loaded with trails and trail haze. And in the morning, if you wake up to fog, just know that whatever is up there is now down on ground level. So be cautious about that. Lots of stuff over here. Wow. This whole area is loaded with trails. Overview. Just realizing my window's open. I can hear people outside. I hope the microphone's able to block that. All through here. Whoa, yeah, look at all that. See all these? Lots of trails, trail haze at this point going in through this whole area. See? And this is New England here. There's New York, and there's Spain and Portugal. That's Europe. It's just kind of showing the top here. We have trails right here near Greenland. All through here, all through here. There's Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. Got the trails coming in through here. Wow. There's the Gulf. We have trails out here and all down here. Look at that. I don't think I've ever really seen, I mean, no, I've seen some over Cuba before, but there are a lot over Cuba right now. Wonder what might be going down over Cuba. Trails up here in Canada. Over here. Now, this is Washington and then Canada. I just got to zoom in here. Lots of trails heading in. See all those black lines? If I could pause it, I would. Can I? I'm so proud of myself, guys, for getting all these lined up. And you know what I did? I have all the tabs and then I hit save all tabs so that, you know, if the frickin' slider is still down tomorrow, which hopefully it's not, I can just click them all and have them. Searching for all these was time consuming. But now I've got my backup ready to go. Got trails here. This is still Washington. I'm sorry, this is Canada. This is Alaska. Got trails over here. Trails over here. See all those black lines? You know, in some ways, some of these shots are better. Like on the NOAA slider, I can't see Alaska on top like this. I see it at an angle. This is pretty cool. Yeah, trails over here. The main difference is the timestamp is not always visible. Like if I need to scroll or zoom in, you miss the timestamp. I can't move around the planet like a normal person. I have to click on pictures, and I don't have the freedom to just add different filters if I want to add different filters, or zoom in and then have that resolution improve. Kind of just stuck with it, but I picked the best that I could. And it is giving me everything that we actually need to keep on record. Lots of trails here, as we already saw. Definitely trails in here. Lots of trails in here. Where's the thingy? There it is. And you can obviously see several right there. See all those lines, but we saw those on another feed. Yeah, look at all these. Yeah, several up there. Okay, there's Mexico, Texas, California, Hawaii. You have trails going right over Hawaii. Hawaii, nay. Several over here. Several over here. There's also some right here. That is unusual. I wonder what direction the volcano smoke is going. Let's possible? Because I'm not used to seeing that stuff this down here. Is the wind traveling from here down? No, it is not. Interessante. Oh, darn it. Where was I? Gosh, darn it. Where the heck was I? Okay, I was here. Nice close up. All these black lines. Again, could be due to the volcanic eruption. Or maybe they're taking advantage of it, using it as the patsy. Some people living there have been sharing videos about VOG. It's like really weird fog. And they're describing it just as we're describing it here. They say it smells super weird. It's leaving this white powder behind. The local media saying, oh, it's because of the volcano that it's happening. But it's the same description that we're given here in the U.S., like the continental U.S. There's southern tip of Florida. There's Cuba. Got a lot of trails right there, continuing through the whole thing. Looks like also down here too, yeah. That's another issue. I can't remember where this is. Puerto Rico. Okay. Someone in Ghana, in Africa, messaged me and told me that they're fairly certain they saw trails overhead. And what's interesting is we saw some trails being left in the Atlantic heading in that direction the other day. And I wasn't sure if they were reaching them or not. Can't remember if I have a decent view of that area. But the nose slider, I'd be able to see it. But very, very strange. We do see trails. Yeah, I'm not confident saying there's trails in here, but we have been seeing trails left in this general area lately. Mexico. Trails. We already know there's trails up there. This is Central America. There's another view of those. Right here, right over here. Interesting. This is off the coast of Mexico and Central America. This is northern South America. It's a really good shot, actually. The definition's really good. I'm impressed with a lot of these, actually. And this is the southern portion of South America. Where the heck is this? Oh, wait. Hold on. I think South America is over here. Like, right over here. Or... gosh darn it, I don't remember where this one is. It's the one that I was thinking, oh man, am I going to forget that? All right. So this one's good. I can at least see Europe. However, it's got that layer I don't like. Right? Oh no, that's the layer I don't like. This one's okay. But it's still being influenced. There we go. That's good. That's much better. But it doesn't move. So this is just the latest shot. I'll have to like scooch back, see how it was. Yeah. Might have to bring this guy out. No, because then the timestamp goes away. Can I get rid of this? Yes. All right, so definitely had trails out here. Looks like there's trails mixed in here. Isn't it cool that the names of the countries are on here? Oh, that's awesome. Super convenient. Look at that. Oh, man. See, I wish the nose slider had that. That'd be awesome. All right, so here is... Where's Ghana? I could have sworn Ghana was like right around here, no? Am I totally mixing things up? Oh, Ghana. Yeah, right here. Okay. Yeah. Wait a minute. Let's see. Let's see. I do see a trail there. Very unusual. Huh. Turning back time, guys. Oh, a little too much. We don't need to go back that far. That's fine. Huh. Yeah, it looks like there was possibly... Be natural though. No. There are trails. There are some trails coming over. They're not super that one. This lower altitude. These could be contrails. Would it kill you to put a play button on here? Interesting indeed. Beautiful shots, though, man. Wow. Germany's got a lot. Netherlands got a lot. France is big. Lots of them over here and over here. There's a lower altitude, so they always look a little bit different. And I could have sworn I saw some. Here. Oh, Iceland's probably getting a lot of them now. Over here. All right. And this one doesn't go past here, fortunately. This one allows me to see a little bit more, though. Let's see. There's that very well behaved tropical system. Looks like we have trails coming through Kazakhstan that are going into China. Seeing them get left. I believe. Yeah, up here is a bit difficult to see right as we get more north. Looks like Uzbekistan, they have purchased our Floridian marine life, the endangered marine life in Florida. Also, the Russians have apparently done that too. Oh, look at that, right over Afghanistan. Like I said, can I just put a play button on here? This is not convenient, but I do like some of these shots. Like, look at this. This is pretty clear right here. Look at that. Right here. Lots of them going into Israel, Palestine, Lebanon, Syria, Iraq. Yeah, this whole area moving up and down. Going into Iran. Turkmenistan. Oh my gosh. How could a whole country exist and I've never heard about it before? All right, well, this thing never loaded. This is the old Noah slider. This is what I normally use for the show. It's not up yet. All right, well, thanks for joining, and I'm glad we were able to cover most everywhere. I didn't really get a great view of Australia and New Zealand. I hope to find another view of that soon as a good backup. Hopefully the Noah slider will be up tomorrow. All right, have a good night. See you later.